your mind. Shot you. You
shot
know
me
I was
with
about
that.
to start it right then and there. I started it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's
Shot me
go.
with that, yo.
Whoa, what you
You know,
saying?
you heard what I said. Shot me with that. You said, I mean,
Talk about, man.
you know, you
What's not to like?
you from Jersey? Why you rocking UNC?
Where my baby go?
She go there.
All right, then.
Wait. Where your heart at?
What do you mean?
Why you ain't got a pirate shirt on?
I got one at home.
Yeah.
I don't pay them right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back. Stay Winning is back. And you know what we're doing today? We are going to definitely talk about the big news in MLB. They are now including the Negro League baseball stats into the Major League record books. And that changes a lot.
Things done changed.
Bro, so we hitting on that a
Sleep
little
last
bit
night with some stats. Woke up this morning with news.
Realize that some people turn it over in their grave. They done messed up.
Hey.
And then you know we're gonna start. We talk about this NBA playoffs. Somebody got the broomsticks, and somebody avoided the broomsticks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into that. Thank you for joining us. We are here.
I stay winning. I'm winning. I stay winning. I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning. Never losing. I'm winning. Or caught slipping. I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning. I stay winning. Yeah.
No, you want me? Okay. Yeah, we are here. Stay. Nah, stay. Hold on. What you look at me for? No.
You always be fumbling the passes, yo.
You fill my cup too much. We are Stay Winning.
We are.
You can find us at staywinning.tv.
Yep.
You see every platform that we're on, which includes Threads, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok.
We there. We are
We're
there.
on all of them. The links on staywinning.tv. Go there first. Hit your favorite platform. Subscribe to us. Follow us. Whatever it takes. We love to hear from you. We love to have your support.
Yep. So look, man. Real question.
Mm-hmm.
Did Boston have it easy to get to the finals?
No.
Who they play?
So that was that first team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of them.
Who was they?
You know that team.
Yep.
Um,
What's their names?
Miami.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Did they play with Jimmy Butler?
Nah, you don't.
Oh,
You don't
okay,
play. Nobody plays with Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
So anyway,
yeah.
they
So
They
they
got-
be the Miami Heat team without Jimmy Butler.
beat Miami without Jimmy Butler.
Okay, so
But
that's
then Miami win one. They won one game.
game.
Yeah, because
They shot the lights
the
out.
boy went off. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah, Duncan Robinson.
No,
Or what's the other dude name?
you know,
Yup, him.
he went
So,
off.
That's that guy.
So
boom.
in assists and points.
All right.
So,
So they played a Jimmy Butler less Miami in the first round.
well, Jimmy Butler less Miami sounds like Miami in the near future because
Yeah,
No.
we don't know what he
you don't
going.
know what's gonna happen with Jimmy
So
according to Pat
then in
Riley.
the second round, who they play?
Yeah,
That team, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
yeah. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And they
I said
played
it first.
They did, you did. And what, 3 of the games they played without Donovan Mitchell.
Was it? I thought it was 2.
2.5.
Okay.
So 2.5 games they played without Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
So the two most important players on both of those
3
teams.
games without Jared Allen.
See what I'm saying? Then they played,
Pacers.
and they played 2 games without Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
All right. So my opinion, Tim, y'all had an easy road to the championship. I ain't saying you wasn't gonna make it. What I'm saying is y'all actually might have messed yourselves up because I don't know. First of all, Dallas and Minnesota ain't over.
Right.
But I promise you, they ain't going, you ain't whooping on them 4-1, either one of those teams. Say that. So I think they had an easy road to the championship.
I see your point, but I
they
don't
had an
think
easy road to the chip, man.
I see your point, but I don't. Looking at those teams as they're made up,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler plays different in the playoffs. You don't know how what kind of guy you're going to get there, what plays he's going to make. But last year when Miami was whooping up on them,
Yeah.
they also had Kyle Lowry,
They did.
and the combination of Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry is tough because they both flop. They play great defense and they flop.
Right.
They get steals, they generate extra possessions for their teams,
Right.
and they knock down big shots. They didn't have Kyle Lowry this year.
Right. He's
So-
Philly.
So that's gone,
Right.
right? Without Jimmy, I don't know how much that really affected them, right? Because Bam was everything.
Mhm.
And the Kentucky kid whose name I cannot remember.
Yeah. He's nameless.
Why are we doing this to this
I'm
kid? You
just
know
saying.
his name.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
Tyler Hero. What's up?
anyway, yeah,
That's his name.
yeah.
Tyler Hero.
He tried his best,
Yeah.
but he was pushed into a role
That's not his normal
that
role.
he's not yet,
Yeah. That's not his
Ready.
normal role. Right.
right?
Not
But he
his
did
normal
well in it.
Yeah.
So I think that gives them some possibilities for next year.
Okay, so cool. Miami.
And with Cleveland,
Correct.
I think getting their own way. To me, Cleveland is a poorly formed team.
Well,
Poorly put
they
together
fired
team.
their coach for a reason, apparently. So they fired him.
Yeah, there's some conversations around that. I don't know the exact reason. I think he was above 500 as far as his record goes with Cleveland, or
Yeah.
right below it, if not above it.
Right.
But they fired him. I think they were justified in doing that. But at the same time, I think you got to look at your GM and go, what are we doing here?
Right.
What is this team created to do? Because they effectively have a backcourt that's no taller than 6'2".
Yeah, they're small.
They're small in the backcourt and they're extra tall in the front court. So they got a 7-footer playing power forward. They got a 7-footer playing center, and they get in each other's way. And neither one of them are really that great of an offensive option.
So let me ask you this question. This is my thought process. Did the Cleveland Cavaliers intentionally give Donovan Mitchell the money to keep him out of a New York uniform?
Nah, because we weren't coming for him like that.
Okay.
We weren't coming for him like that. I mean, I think he still had time on his existing contract, another year. So they extended him now.
Okay.
And it was his decision to
go to Cleveland.
to extend.
Yeah.
To extend.
Yeah.
And there was no way that the Knicks were going to give up what Cleveland would want for Donovan Mitchell in order to get him. It just wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
Right?
And in Utah, before he became Cleveland in Utah.
No, yeah, he was in Utah, but I'm saying what Utah wanted the Knicks to give up for him, the Knicks was like,
Was not
no.
gonna give up, right?
And they were good in doing that because, shoot, Dante DiVincenzo was dope this year. Like,
Right? Yeah, he been balling.
I don't need Donovan Mitchell.
So do you believe that?
And I don't want
with
that
the-
problem Cleveland has, which is a backcourt that's 6'2" and
Correct.
shorter.
Do you believe that with this Indiana series now being over and them sweeping them 4-0, do you believe that Tyrese gives them at least a game?
Tyrese Halliburton,
Yeah.
if he's
If
healthy,
he's healthy, you think they win a game?
no.
You think they swept regardless? You think that was an easy sweep regardless?
Well, Tyrese didn't look like he should be on the court in game one. Not because of injury, because of ability. He let Drew Holiday punk him into a turnover.
I'm just saying, like
Drew Holiday said, I got this kid. He
So-
threw the ball out of bounds. Come on.
So you know that I was listening to another podcast, right? Raymond Felton, UNC legend, NBA player. Yeah, right. Raymond Felton. He said that there was a time when Prime D Rose was playing and Cats caught the flu right before that game in Chicago. So do you think Halliburton faked some injuries so he didn't have to deal with Drew Holiday?
Nah, I ain't gonna-
Holiday effect.
I ain't gonna take it that far. I ain't gonna take it that far because he played okay in spurts in those that first game and a half or two
Right.
games or whatever.
Right.
But he couldn't close out the game.
Okay.
Well, and that was the problem with the Pacers the whole series. They couldn't close. If they knew how to close games, or if they were better
It's
at
a
closing the
2-2.
games,
It's 2-2.
it's 2-2.
2-2 to be honest.
Yeah.
So I still I'm standing on what I said. They had an easy route to the finals.
They lost
Their
Porzingis.
resistance.
They lost their third best scorer.
Their resistance is to get to where they are was not as difficult as it should have been. Now injuries do play a part, so you can't.
That's why you get the number one seed.
I get it, bro. Like I ain't saying it like that. I'm just saying it does play a part in it. Did I pick Boston to go? I did. I picked Boston to go, but I still think that the road to resistance was a whole lot easier than what it could have been had all parts have been healthy. And when you talk about like a regular person. We talk about the guys for their team.
I agree with you in everything except for whole lot because I don't know how to measure that.
Okay.
That's the only difference. Like, I agree. They, all of the teams they played had an all-star sitting out.
Right.
That's your point.
Yeah.
Point taken.
Yeah.
I'm not, I am. I'm like,
I know.
I'm about the team.
I get it.
I'm about the team. I'm not about the one player that can go off.
So here's my question to you right now.
Except for Jalen Brunson.
How far can Minnesota push this series?
I think the series is over.
Okay. So
I think the series is over. I think that obviously, look, you get a big win like they did with your back against the wall.
Yeah.
You start to feel yourself. You start to feel like, all right, we can actually do this. We can actually pull this thing together. But you won by 5, and it was a tough game for you to win with a Dallas team that didn't have Derek Lively.
Right.
There, I don't know if he started in the playoffs. He might be coming off the bench. Actually, he started. I think he started the game before last. So their starting center wasn't there.
Okay.
Right. That gives Daniel Gafford at least a break. He can chill, relax a little bit, and come back in and continue blocking shots and causing havoc like he normally does.
Right.
But Derek Lively should be back next game.
Okay. So this is my pushback to what you're saying. I agree. Derek Lively is a nice gap.
Pushback.
Just a little gap here. But they won in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So you think they're going to lose in Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah. Well,
I think I originally, not just the Ant-Man thing. I don't think it's Ant-Man's the issue. I think that Karl Anthony Towns, if he actually plays up to his potential, they can win.
How many games they lose in Minnesota already?
2.
So why don't you see it happening again?
Karl Anthony Towns play like trash.
He will play like trash again. It's going to happen.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's going to happen.
I picked this series to go 6. I picked it for Minnesota.
Yeah.
But Dallas.
Now it has to go 7 for Minnesota to win.
Correct.
And it ain't.
And I don't think so. I think Dallas wins the series, but I don't think they win it in game 5.
I think they have to. They have to because Luka is hobbled. Luka is hobbled in the NBA Finals opponent that they're going to face.
Yeah.
Is ready.
Yeah.
Is waiting.
Yeah.
So if you don't win in 5, and you're making Luka play again.
Yeah, on the hobble.
If you don't win in 6, you're gonna make him play again.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get less and less out of him for the finals.
Correct.
So they gotta win in 5. They're gonna have, like I said, they're gonna have Derek Lively back. But another difference is that in the earlier games that they won, the person that actually has been most key to Dallas winning, in my opinion, is Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
They put him on him.
Yeah.
And he's long.
Yeah, he's bothered. He's really getting after him.
He's long.
Yeah.
Like this dude, wingspan is ridiculous.
Yeah.
His hops are ridiculous. Yeah. So Ant-Man can pull up whenever he wants.
Right.
But there's a good chance it's going to get blocked.
Yeah.
And it's Derrick.
Or just a great contest.
Yeah. You got Derrick Jones. He's been playing fantastic defense.
Yeah.
If they switch him back on Ant-Man, I think you see a different Minnesota team. You see the Minnesota team that you saw in the first 3 games.
Okay.
That's what I think. Ant-Man got a little loose.
Yeah.
In
game 4.
Yeah.
I don't think they lose in game 5. I think they get another game at home. They win a game at home. And I think Dallas closes them out in 6. Which sets up for a wonderful finals if Dallas does pull it off. With the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. But we still have to wait to see.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
They showed a little grit and got that dub.
If they close it out, Dallas wins game 5.
Yeah.
I get to pick which hat you win next up.
That is perfectly fine. As long as it's a bucket hat and it look good. Yes, it does. Okay, that's what we doing.
Nope. I don't want to agree to all those
terms. You got to agree to all of the terms.
No, it may or may not look good.
Wait.
But I get to choose. All right, what else you talking about?
All right.
What else you got?
Like we said, breaking news.
Breaking news.
All right. Now, this is my favorite sport.
All right.
All right. And some of the
You was a 3-sport guy in high school.
Yeah, I played 3 sports, yeah.
Whatever. Baseball was one of them.
Baseball was one of them, right? Some of these names, man, that I'm getting ready to mention are legends from the Negro Baseball League. All right. Everybody knows Jackie Robinson.
Yep.
All right. Not only is he a legend in the Negro Baseball League, he is a legend in MLB. That's why his number is retired.
He played baseball.
Correct. And there is no Major League Baseball team
Major
that
League
has
Baseball.
Major League Baseball, right? Major League Baseball that has that number for anyone to wear. But on Jackie Robinson Day, everybody wears number 42. All right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
The last active player to wear the number 42 was Mariano Rivera for the New
For the
York
Yankees,
Yankees.
who disappointingly did not retire that number until after Rivera's career.
Correct. That was his choice. That's what they did. I mean, he is also the first unanimous Hall of Fame.
That is not a good
inductee.
look for the New York Yankees. I'm gonna go on record and go ahead and say that, man. That is not a good look for the New York Yankees.
I can't disagree. As a Yankee fan, I can't disagree. But everyone knows Jackie Robinson.
Yep.
And we know how great he is. We know how important he is. We know what he means to the culture, to society, to everything when it comes to Black culture, Black history, and Major League Baseball. Right. But there's a name, and there are names out there now, especially with Major League Baseball, including the Negro League statistics into their database and their system. Josh Gibson.
Josh Gibson name is huge now.
He has overtaken Ty Cobb.
Hold up. Before you get into it, man, before you dig in and start telling everybody all of the changes, let's first kind of explain what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So 3 years ago, Major League Baseball announced they were going to start doing some research on whether or not to include Negro League statistics. Right. So they had to do some research first because, one, they had to see how complete the statistics were. They had to understand the rules of each one of these leagues. It was like 6 leagues or something like that they looked at. There was also some organizations that had done some research previously and had great knowledge of these leagues that they worked with in order to put the stuff together.
Yes.
But what ultimately happens is they go back and they look at those statistics. If they pull them in, they're now basically changing who could be leaders in certain categories in Major League Baseball. So imagine if you had a guy in the Negro Leagues who was just known for being an outstanding slugger. He may come in and overtake whoever Major League Baseball's primary, top slugger historically has been. He may come in and overtake him. That guy may move to second place, 5th place, who knows? Correct. When you start introducing the Negro League stats.
Correct.
But first they had to do the research to make sure it was a level playing field.
And they came back with some great, of course, Major League Baseball was not going to waste any money to do the research to get the information they needed. And with them now including the Negro League statistics, Josh Gibson has the highest batting average of all time. We're taking Ty Cobb.
Yep.
And according to the history of the way Ty Cobb was, that joker is trying to come up out of his grave and create havoc. Okay. Well, so we want to shout out Josh Gibson and his beautiful family. Man, that's a wonderful accomplishment. I mean, we know the legend of Josh Gibson just in general. So, man, big up to Josh Gibson. But we got some other names.
Well, Barry Bonds took a seat too.
Josh Gibson will be the all-time home run leader. That's right. Now, this name and the legacy.
Slugging percentage, I believe. He broke Barry Bonds. He did. He now has that record that Barry Bonds has.
Yep.
I think Barry Bonds dropped to 5th place, I believe.
Possibly. Yeah. This is another name, and his urban legend is through the roof. Is Satchel Paige.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know how old Satchel Paige was.
He said it's not how old, what he say? You're as old as you
feel.
Or something like that.
So we got Satchel Paige now being in the record books.
That's right. I'm 87 years old.
Man, you got so many. There's names that I just want to throw names out there. I want to give them some flowers. We got Reuben Foster. We got Oscar Charleston, Ernie Banks. Man, Buck Leonard. Willard Brown, Smokey Joe Williams. Man, all of these guys, man, Ray Brown, there's so many names.
And some existing MLB players also picked up additional stats from their time that they played in the Negro Leagues. Like Willie Mays picked up some additional
Hank
stats.
Aaron,
Hank Aaron picked up some additional stats. Someone you mentioned earlier, Jackie Robinson picked up some additional stats.
Yeah, so Ray Battle, to me, it shows a great step forward in baseball. It's one of the sad things that's happening in baseball right now is that the African American player is dying in the MLB. And that is due to a lot of different factors, right? NBA and the NFL are doing a great job with their training, with the youth programs, the exposure, the way they make the game fun. Football is doing what they can to make it safe. So the African American player is decreasing year by year in the MLB. And I believe like something like this could actually gain some peak interest to our youth to actually try to play baseball. And growing up in Irvington, the first sport I played at 7 years old in Irvington Little League was baseball.
That's the only sport they play in Little League.
Yeah, you're right. See, this is why. This is why. This is exactly why. That's why.
Do you think MLB did this with that being a partial motivator to say like, hey, we've been talking about this for a while. Maybe we should do this now in order to attract more African Americans and Black Americans to Major League Baseball?
I can't say I would say no. I don't think so. I'm not being naive of me to think that they really think and care, but they just care about the bottom line.
But that's part of it.
It is.
If you have if your audience drops off,
correct,
because they can't see themselves represented on the field,
and you're right. So yes, I wouldn't say it would be like it might be not one of the primary reasons. I mean, it may be a reason.
I think it's a side effect.
I do. I believe it's a side effect more than anything. I believe this. I believe the MLB was hearing more about the Negro Leagues, the players, how great they were, and they said, okay, what? Okay, you know what? Let's make it fair. Let's be honest here. We have Babe Ruth, we got Ted Williams, we got Ty Cobb. They didn't even play against the Negro League players. There was games where they would have all-stars against the Negro League all-stars, and a lot of times, according to the stories, the Negro Leagues would beat them.
Right.
So they
but some of the all-stars for Major League wouldn't play.
Correct. So I believe they said, you know what, this is fair. Let's show the Negro League the respect that they deserve. It was a league. It was competitive. It was the very best of the African American community. And we know that these guys put up big numbers. So I think that those things play a factor.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the audience showing the youth that African Americans have a very big stamp on the Major League Baseball history is important. So, man, we want to shout out to all of the Negro League players, their families. Congratulations, man. This is huge for Major League Baseball, but this is more importantly huge for you and your family and to all of those that are no longer with us to not be able to see this actually happen.
It is long overdue to get this level of recognition, and got to give kudos to everybody involved.
Yeah,
because it was a great idea to do it. Understand that the numbers now shift, and it's going to affect some legacies. However, you have great players' names up there alongside other great players. Correct. That's the way I look at it. Yeah. It doesn't mean that like Ty Cobb was any less great.
No, he was like that.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was like
that. And he held that record for as long as he could.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah.
That shows the type of player he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also now gives some visibility to the type of player that Josh Gibson was.
At a young age too, because we lost him young. You know what I mean? So that's how great Josh Gibson was, man. So big up to Major League Baseball, big up to the Negro Leagues, big up to all of those that are involved. And I am super ecstatic about this being a part of Major League Baseball.
You want to watch some baseball now?
I am. I sure am. I'm going to watch some baseball.
All right, I might edit that out.
But that's funny. There you go. Here you go. Here you go. There you got a little loose with you, boy. But now on a more somber note, a more serious note, we lost a great, man.
Yeah,
we lost the NBA great.
NBA great this week.
Yeah.
Bill Walton.
Yeah, man. I mean,
71 years young.
Yeah, died of the fight with cancer. Prayers for his family. Prayers for Portland. Prayers for the Clippers. Prayers for the Boston Celtics. Those are the three teams that he played for. Bill Walton was on that team that the last time the Portland Trail Blazers won an NBA championship.
Yeah.
And of course, he won his second championship with Larry Bird and those Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Um,
Playing behind Robert
playing
Parrish.
behind Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale.
Yeah.
Injuries, bad knees robbed him of a lengthy NBA career. But man, he was a stud at the University of UCLA. He's a two-time national champion at UCLA, two-time NBA champion, and a one-time MVP.
Played for a legendary coach, John Wooden.
Yeah.
Probably the best college coach in the history of NCAA basketball.
Debatable now.
Okay. With who?
A lot of people will now start throwing Coach K into that.
No, they wouldn't.
They would.
No, they wouldn't.
D. Smith into that name.
I mean, they probably got more wins.
It's all good. Yes, I agree with you that. But
they don't have the quotes
they don't.
that John Wooden have. And if you haven't read John Wooden quotes,
check them out.
I urge you to Google them.
Yeah.
Because he was dropping jewels.
Yeah, he was. But we want to send prayers out to the Bill Walton family, to the NBA family, to the UCLA family. What a legend. And his voice doing the commentary over games back in the day, man. The insight that he gives, you know what I mean? The way he saw the game. I mean, he's a legend. He's a legend on the court, and he was a legend as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I'll tell you, I recently, this year, I met someone that had a chance to meet Bill Walton.
Nice.
And when he told me his stories, multiple, about, you know, his encounters with Bill Walton, man, it was nothing but praise. Like, you wouldn't believe how great of a guy Bill Walton was to just the everyday average person.
Yeah.
Right? They became friends. Like, somebody, they exchanged numbers, call each other, hey, come have dinner with me and stuff like that. Like, dude was a class act all the way. And as an NBA fan, like, I am honored, right, to watch the sport that he helped. I don't want to say help pioneer it, but he did help bring it to another level. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of Bill Walton games because of my age.
Yeah.
But to hear people talk about him and say, like,
this game was
the player you would compare him to today would be Joker.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't shoot for, you know, some middle of the road center.
Now they went to number one right now.
Yeah, number one. But they talked a lot about, like, Bill Walton's passing and stuff like that. And, you know, the way he moved the ball. I've only heard that about 3 centers.
Yeah.
You know, Arvidas Sabonis, Bill Walton, and Joker.
That's it. Those are the 3.
Yeah.
Those are the 3. So once again, prayers up for Bill Walton. We want to thank you guys for joining Stay Winning. This has been one fun show. And most importantly,
I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning. I did it, I stay winning. I'm winning, Never losing. I'm winning, or caught slipping. I did it,